Hello everyone. Today we are going to start a new colony consisting of a lost tribe using the Randy Random Storyteller on the adventure story setting. And to make it fun, I'm using commitment mode. And to keep everything completely random, I use the first world seed, and then I am going to select the first random site, which is a flat temperate forest. As for ideology, we will keep it classic-like. Now, I'm going to pick the first set of people that this game throws at me. And here we have a chick who's a careful shooter, but she's uncaring. And then we have an undergrounder who's also uncaring, means they cannot do any medical duties. We got a third guy who cannot do medical duties. We got someone who can do medical duties, but they're not very good at social interactions. And finally, we've got a guy who can do just about everything. So, will we get to know these people more in depth over time? But first, let's set up our colony. Here's the flavor text explaining that they had to flee their previous village because of death machines or whatever. So it's just these 5 people, 1 chick and 4 guys, and 3 animals. So this is their starter food supply, and we have some wood, we have some weapons, we have some medicine, and I think we've got a bit of silver too for purchasing power in case somebody wants to come through and sell us anything. I'm just gonna have my people just pick up a random weapon. I don't care who is the best shooter or what. The first thing I want to do on any map is to find an old structure to claim and build off of. And this is just as good as any. Look at that, we even have 2 tables here. Alright. So, that solves the dining area problem. Now we've got some wood, so I will need to make a basic storage area that we will eventually convert into a kitchen, and then we will see about building a separate area for them to sleep in. Now over the long term, when I develop my base, I'm going to have to take into consideration that there will be bad guys wanting to invade my colony and take everything I own, or kidnap my people. So I will need to plan ahead with defense in mind, meaning my people will have to run inside and take up positions to shoot the bad guys from different parts of the hall. If you look on YouTube, they have different designs for kill boxes. I'm not sure which ones I am going to implement. You're going to hear some door slams in the background. But yeah, we're going to put my people to work on gathering up the wood, getting some food to eat because they have malnutrition, and then we are going to see about securing one indoor area to start with. Now, I will admit that I've spread myself a little thin. I didn't assign one specific person to be a hauler, which would have made all of this simple and let everyone else focus on constructing and gathering resources. But this is the first day and I want everyone to pitch in and do their part. So maybe in the next episode we will start following around individuals. But for now we have more of a macroscopic view in developing our first base. So we got one guy, he's putting up a roof over our storage area. And we have some people deconstructing all of the steel walls and stuff from a nearby structure. We need steel in order to build a stove so that I can send my people out hunting and we can start cooking meals. Once that happens, I am going to need a dedicated cook. One person is going to be full-time butchering the animals that had been hunted and then bringing it inside and cooking it for everyone else to eat. And we have to keep a steady supply of food incoming. So this zone that I built on the right of the structure is going to be the dumping area. And that's for like chunks of rock that we can't really do anything with. You can see one person carrying it over to the dump right now. I'm sure that things will shift and change over time. This isn't going to be the final spot for storage, for example. And to the north, I'll probably put up the bedroom, and that won't be the final spot either. But since they are a lost tribe of primitive cave people, I guess I could say, they don't have much in the ways of technology, so they have to make do with what's available. So I'm designated some trees to be chopped down in case I need wood for any future construction. In addition to colonist beds, I will need to build a pen because I have one animal out there somewhere that is considered a farm animal, not really domesticated enough to sleep inside with you. We will get to that eventually. Right now we have a roof to keep our belongings from deteriorating, and now we are working on a roof to keep our colonists safe from outdoor conditions. So this room to the north will be our bedroom, and to the south I will probably combine the kitchen with the storage area to reduce commute time, keep them from walking back and forth over long distances. And since this is a lost tribe, these people are fairly uneducated in some things, such as construction, so it's probably for the best that I level them up so that once we get our colony underway, the technology will be available for them to utilize their construction skill. I think right now there are certain things that we cannot build because their construction level is so low. And again, I'm really not taking the time to look into that right now because I just want everyone to have a place to sleep and a place to put their stuff. So I think a good pace for this series is for me to do one episode per in-game day, and I won't do any fast forwarding because that's a good way to be surprised by a negative event. So I'm going to try to utilize as much of the normal time as I can. And if you've noticed, the only mod that I have enabled is the Camera Plus mod, which enables me to zoom in closer than the vanilla camera angle. So that helps me quite a bit. I'm hoping that we get this fence built today, but I'm also prioritizing mining steel because we need this for our stove. As soon as possible, I want to implement the cycle of hunting and butchering and cooking, because once all of our colonists have happy full bellies, then we can work on establishing their independence. We have this dude carry the steel back to storage. I want to see my inventory numbers in the upper left hand corner grow. I'm going to place the butcher table just outside where the kitchen is going to be. This way, when they butcher anything they catch, the blood and whatnot can be outdoors and it won't dirty up or make anybody sick inside. Which reminds me, in addition to having a full-time chef, I am also going to designate someone as a full-time janitor. And with 2 positions filled, I would need to designate, well, a full-time hunter primarily. And once we run out of game, then they can default back to being a farmer. So there's a lot of tiny moving parts to spread out among my colonists, and I'm really struggling with getting to know each and every person right now, what with the chaos of establishing a new colony. But I guess it's like starting a new TV show, you really don't know all of the people. They're strange and new to you. And it takes some time for you to endear yourself to each and every one of them. So, if you give me some time, perhaps I will learn everyone's names and backstories within a few episodes. For now, though, it's chaotic enough trying to secure the one farm animal that we need a pen for. And this is a tiny pen. And old Greenbeard here is gonna need to carry all of that steel back to storage. Even though it's kind of quiet and peaceful and uneventful right now, these are the moments that I appreciate. So there are a couple of things on the side that we are currently addressing. Number one, we are building the pen, and let me have him carry the steel back to storage. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Bacando? Iragabar? Perhaps in the next episode, when we give them job titles, we will also give them proper names. And if you're watching this, perhaps you can leave a comment and volunteer your name. And if you want to make up a title for yourself, then I'm happy to put that in too. I'm more than happy to engage with the community and make this interactive. But I think for right now, in the next episode, we'll have Carlio Bacanto get a new name, and considering that he's already carrying a bow and I'm going to designate him as a hunter, I'll probably keep his job title as archer. So I'm having Bacanto carrying as much of the pemmican back to base as he could carry. Everyone else is asleep. So here I would designate a hoopstone ring, and in the next episode somebody will build it, and here I will designate this as a pen so that the animal handlers can grab whatever farm animal is out there. So Bacanto is in bed, everyone is asleep, and we will let this run until it's time for the first person to wake up. That way we can front load every episode of Rimworld with activities, with people waking up and doing stuff, and we can narrate what's going on. And then the back half of each episode will be designated for planning and recapping. Here you can see the date in the map and how many days we've been here. Seeing that this is our first episode, we've only been here for 0 days. We will build a recreation variety in the next episode, and we will complete the pen in the next episode. um, I'm going to have my people deconstruct all of this crap to the north of our current base. And I'll also have them remove the floors. We can recycle the bricks to build the walls of our first main area. And I think the first structure we are going to build is like a workstation, like a kitchen or research or whatnot, and then we will branch out from there with regards to bedrooms and storage and defense. So this is the end of our first full day here. We have 2 indoor animals and 5 people to start with. So be sure you interact with the user interface, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode of Hardcore Randy Random Rimworld. I love you. Bye.